Hello and welcome back to a podcast for nerds, the show where two dudes who met as kids discuss our journey with all things nerdy, as well as life in our 30s. I'm Cody.
I'm Dakota.
And today we've got a lot on the docket. We're talking about One Piece because this is the One Piece podcast.
The official.
We're also talking about Kingdom Hearts.
Eventually.
And we're talking about something else. I don't know what it is. But...
Now, I mentioned this to you briefly when we had ramen a few weeks back.
Okay.
I have been reading Berserk.
Oh, very good. Did you finish it?
No, I'm about halfway.
Halfway.
I'm on volume 14, I think.
So what's happening where you're at?
I can't remember the thing. The last big thing that happened was they fought the bug lady.
Hard to remember.
The moth lady, she was like friends with the girl.
Yeah, I remember that.
And she was like, come with me and you can become just like us.
Yeah, I remember that. So you're in present day.
Mm-hmm.
We're no longer in the past.
I'm past the time.
The golden age.
Yeah.
Yeah, very golden. It's a very great time to be alive.
Oh my God. Man,
Yeah.
I used to think to myself, because from what I had seen, I used to think, how come they haven't adapted Berserk into live action or even a good anime? And then as I'm reading, I'm like, there's no way.
Well, you can do it in the anime. I mean, the CG version, they do all those stuff, everything, but it's just in CG. It's like, can we just not make
I'm
the
not
CG?
talking about like the monsters.
I know. No, they did everything that's in the manga is in the CG one. Yes.
Even that?
It is. It's rough to watch. It's dark. It's the last one, the third movie.
I watched the clip of when they come down on both versions.
Yeah.
I like the old version better.
Uh-huh.
It looks scary.
I've never seen the old version. I've only seen the new one.
It looks scary to me because the sky turns black and everything is red.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, instead of like this like blue green.
I mean, I love how the eclipse looks in the new one. I think
It's
sick.
animated really cool. I watched that scene, but to me, it looks way scarier in the original because everything is literally the sky is black and the ground is red.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
And it's really bad.
I should watch it sometime.
Like bad as in like, oh.
Yeah.
Just watch that scene.
I assume they don't do that
I don't
in the old anime.
It was on YouTube, so I don't know if they did, but I can't imagine they do. I don't know why they would do it.
I mean, they kept it all in the movies. Even what happens to Guts when he's 8.
They kept that in?
That's in the movie.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's all in there.
this is like some Game of Thrones level madness.
Definitely, for sure. So is it anything like what you expected before you read it?
As I'm reading it, one of my favorite manga and anime is Claymore.
Mhm.
As I'm reading it, I'm like, my God, Claymore took so much from this.
Yeah, I've heard that if you love Berserk and you're looking for something else, you should try Claymore.
Claymore is so good, but as I'm reading Berserk, I'm like, God, Claymore literally took like the feeling of this and just ran with it.
But
not
Claymore
the
is
ideas.
not seinen though, right? It's a little more.
It's shonen.
So it's a little less.
It's not as violent, but it gets there.
But it doesn't have all the.
No, there's some implied.
all the essay.
There's some
let's just say.
implied things here and there, or the like some off-screen things that they mention happen, but nothing to the level that Berserk just shoves in your face.
Berserk is crazy with it. Yeah.
And what's right before that is there was a very lovely scene.
Yeah.
That was
Berserk hurts. Like the Golden Age part, it hurts to read. Really.
Oh, but then when that big Skull Knight dude comes in,
I love the Skull
dude,
Knight.
he's so cool.
Yeah, there's so much more that happens with him when you get to the end.
I'm like, I don't know who you are, but I want to be your best friend.
I need to catch up because I've read maybe 3 or 4 chapters since the writer died, Mura, since he died. The new stuff is good. It's still great, obviously. Like he left the story. The editors, the new writers, they know the story.
Yeah.
So it's the same as what he would have wanted.
Yeah.
But the art is a little less.
You can tell.
Because it's still good. It still looks like Berserk. It's just you can tell that they're not taking months, a year for one chapter.
They're pumping it out now.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm kind of okay with that. We got all of his amazing art. Now let's just do the story.
See, I looked up a timeline of how he released chapters. I'm like, my God.
Yeah, it's because he's a perfectionist. Like, I read that he would spend hours just going through each individual piece looking for pixels out of place. And it's like, can we just release it, man? Like, yeah.
It looks so good though.
It does, and there's so much Berserk. I have some wallpapers that are just straight up panels out of Berserk because they're that good.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's worth it. But
dude, the panel of the, I mean, there's so many you could
literally
mention.
Worked himself to death.
Yeah.
On that.
The panel when you see the dragon on top of the castle, I think is so sick. You would have been past that part already.
I think I've seen that. Yeah.
It's not, they don't like fight it or anything. You just see it. It's just in there.
I kind of flew through the Golden Age because I like not like like thinking about it, but like I was really like just this is good. This is good. This is good.
Me too.
And I also knew that something was coming.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what exactly, but I had seen clips from the anime with the sky turning black, and I was like,
I hadn't.
But I didn't know what it was or why or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you see it, oh my god.
Yeah.
It's one of the most brutal and terrifying things that I've ever seen happen in an anime. It's literally like...
in any story, man.
It's literally like how can a person think of this?
Yeah. I honestly think it's more brutal than Game of Thrones.
Oh, it definitely is.
Like, so much. And even after the Golden Age, it's still brutal. There's still so much... one of the hardest to look at scenes is after the Golden Age.
And there's so much... Oh, after the Golden Age.
Yeah, with
made it
the blonde girl and the horse
Oh,
demon.
Yeah, I just did
you
that.
just did that part?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
was intense.
rough. I don't know how you think to draw this. That was rough.
What got me was she's on the horse, and then he just turns around and he's like, and I'm just like, oh my god, I don't like it.
Very off-putting, very terrifying. And then what the horse does, yeah, we don't need to get into it.
It's bad.
It's really bad.
But I love the it's such. But then Guts comes in and just is a monster.
Yeah, I mean, what I love about Berserk is that it's unapologetically that. Like, it's real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in this world, these, like, that they set it in, these sort of things would happen. It doesn't play around. It really wants to show you how terrible these things are and what the characters are going through. And really, I remember before I read Berserk, I thought, Guts seems cool, but, like, he seems kind of... like, people talk him up too much. Like, he's just like some manly dude. He's a big manly dude with a sword. Like, all right, cool.
And then he kills 100 men.
Yeah, but it's like when you see his actual story and how it never gets better for him. Never.
His life is just... he has one beautiful, good, nice moment with... what's her name?
Casca?
Casca. No, Asuka.
Asuka?
No, Casca.
Casca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has one very beautiful moment with her.
Oh,
and that's it.
Ripped away.
And then, oh no.
It'd be better if she would have just died, honestly.
Oh, for real.
What happens to her is
you can
so
argue
horrible.
she did.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's just so horrible. It's everything about it is so horrible.
I do like, this is a mild spoiler for the opening page of the first chapter of Berserk ever is Guts doing it with a lady.
Yeah, it is with like a demon,
and she turns into a monster.
Yeah, like he knew.
But if you notice, that's the you know that like douchey guy in his group that was always like he's like, none of this is real. This isn't happening when the thing was happening.
I read it a couple of years ago.
Well,
if I saw his face,
the monster Guts kills at the very beginning is a monster that kills
really
one of the knights.
So he goes and finds.
I don't know if he actually found them, goes and finds them, or if that was just a coincidence or a callback.
I see.
But it was the exact. I'm like, all of them look different. None of them look the same.
Yeah, it's cool.
So like this, it has to be the same one.
I hate to say this as well, Dakota, and I know you're probably never gonna do it, but now that you're finding a love for Berserk, you really gotta give Elden Ring and Dark Souls another chance, because it's just like Claymore. It's like, oh, you just wanted to make a Berserk game, like that's it. They're literally just Berserk the game, especially Elden Ring.
Yeah, my problem is I get really frustrated.
Elden Ring's easier, man. I wish you would try Elden Ring.
But I want to fight the bosses. That's how you progress and get stuff.
No, you still fight the bosses. What's cool about Elden Ring is that you have summons now. So it's basically like you come in with Donald and Goofy on your team. And, like, you're not like all alone. You can
Maybe I'll try it.
like
Maybe I'll try Elden Ring. I like Dark Souls. I'm just very bad at it.
That's why I think you would love Elden Ring, because like don't let Dark Souls put you off, because Elden Ring is like the place for people who are bad at Dark Souls to learn how to.
Here's what happens. People are like, "Oh, Elden Ring's so good. You should play it." And I'm like, "Is it hard?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Well, no, I'm probably not gonna play it."
But it's not that hard. Is the thing that bothers me.
That's what everybody says about Dark Souls. It's not hard. Get good, bro.
No. I'm not even saying get good. I'm saying it's an RPG. It's not like Last of Us or something where if there's a really hard part, you just got to figure it out. You can just go grind.
Oh, really?
You can throw on a podcast. That's what I did when I played Dark Souls 2 for the first time, because I wasn't good at Dark Souls yet. I didn't understand everything. So I just found a place where I could just go grind it out. I was listening to a Game Over Greggy show, kind of funny back then. Just going through the episodes and just grinding it out, going through different levels. No, this was on Dark Souls 2, but you can do the same thing in Elden Ring.
Oh, you can level up?
Yeah, you level up.
Oh.
Yeah, you just go, you get souls.
I know you get better equipment.
No. You go, you collect souls, or in Elden Ring, it's echoes or something. I don't remember what it is. It's souls, whatever. And then you bring it to the bonfire and you level up. So if you're struggling, just go grind, and it gets a lot easier. But, yeah.
Also, my only other problem with at least Dark Souls is there's only so much gloom I can handle.
Elden Ring's better in that way because it's way brighter. The world's way brighter.
I have the same issue with Bloodborne. I like Bloodborne a lot. I kind of actually think I like Bloodborne more than Dark Souls.
Me too.
But it has the same problem. Oh my God, this is so gloomy. It's so beautiful.
I agree, but if you're looking for like a Castlevania, I think Bloodborne is Castlevania the game, and Dark Souls and Elden Ring are, especially Elden Ring.
Super Ghouls and Ghosts?
What? No. Elden Ring is Berserk the game.
Oh, okay.
It truly is.
Okay.
And they have guts, armor, and sword in every
Do they
game.
even have that in it?
No.
Okay.
But
I was about to say, oh no.
When I played Elden Ring, I immediately did the quest that lets you get his sword and armor, and then I was just guts for the whole game. Like, you got it at some point. Have you seen his armor yet? Have you gotten to that part in Berserk?
I don't think so.
His Berserker armor? It's like the coolest armor ever.
No, he's still just carrying around. He's where I'm at. He's just been arrested.
God dang! It's I think
no, he hadn't just been arrested. He just got out from being arrested.
Okay, I don't want to say anything else. I really want to know when you get to that part.
I got to charge up my tablet. It's dead. I've been busy with Christmas.
I see.
Reading books.
Was there anything else you wanted to talk about with Berserk, or are you ready to move on?
Ariel, my wife, as well as along with getting me a really cool Buggy the Clown shirt, she got me a really cool Berserk shirt with guts on it.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Opened it up and I was like, "Oh, Berserk!" And she was like, "Yeah, I saw it, and I knew you've been really liking reading it, so I got it." And I was like,
"Yeah, that's
and
awesome."
The Buggy the Clown shirt is perfect because I love things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I love because Buggy is probably, the more I've thought about it, my favorite like villain that has turned friend.
Okay.
Kinda.
Well, not
Buggy's one of my favorite characters.
Bon Clay.
Buggy's one of my favorite characters.
Okay.
Okay. Bon Clay, bringing up Bon Clay is unfair because that one's obvious.
Oh, okay. You mean of the not obvious ones?
Yes. I guess Buggy's still pretty obvious. I like Buggy. That's what I'm trying to get at. I like Buggy.
Well, Bon Clay's like unofficially a Straw Hat, I would say.
Oh, God. He'd be there. Oh, he'd be there.
Yeah, I think he'll be there at the final
I think by
war.
the end he probably will. We haven't seen the last of Bon Clay. There's no way.
There's no way. If we hadn't seen the last of Wapple, we haven't seen the last of Bon Clay.
Because Bon Clay is so good. And the thing about Bon Clay, well, let me finish about my shirt.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to get into One Piece anyway, so
this will be a good transition. So, and that's the kind of shirt I like because it's an more obscure character. The only thing that would have been for me, like maybe like, whoa, where'd that come from? Like I was already super excited about the Buggy shirt, and that's the kind of shirt I want. But if she'd have busted out like, what what's his name?
Daimon.
Bartolomeo.
Oh, that would have been sick.
I'd have been like, where did you find a Bartolomeo shirt?
Yeah.
But I got Buggy, and that was awesome. I thought, I was like, where did you find a Buggy shirt?
People love Buggy, but
Love Buggy, and it's his old design. I don't know how to feel about his current big design.
I hated it for a while, but I like it now.
It's silly.
In Cross Guild, I've liked it. Like seeing him next to Mihawk and Crocodile, I think he looks cool.
Okay. But yeah, I really like I really love my Buggy shirt.
That's awesome.
So transition to One Piece.
Okay, we're in it. All right. So what I wanted to talk about, this is a little something for all of you guys, all right? Everyone who doesn't like the One Piece conversations because you don't watch One Piece, well, your chance has finally come. Because Studio Wit, which is the studio who made Attack on Titan, Spy Family, and what's the other one with the little dude that everybody loves? Little King, short king guy.
I know what you're talking about. The
Can't
little
remember
boy.
the name suddenly. Yeah. But also awesome animation in there.
Seasons 1 through 3 of Attack on Titan. By
Yes,
the way.
1 through 3. So they didn't do season 4.
The best animated seasons.
I would definitely agree with that. Not saying 4 is bad. I like 4. But season 3 is...
Nappa relies a little too hard on CGI.
Season 3 is god tier. Like, I'm...
So good.
That season
It is so
blows my
good.
mind.
I love that intro for that one, too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what eventually grew on me?
What?
Rumbling. I didn't like it at
You
first.
didn't like it?
No.
Rumbling. I love Rumbling.
Or no. What was the one?
War.
Yes,
one before that.
War.
I
Yeah,
like War.
that was the one that I was just like, I skipped it every time.
I didn't like it
Rumbling,
at first
I liked.
either.
I forgot. I was Rumbling. I did like a lot.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it was the one before that. I was just like, what is this? Attack on Titan has some of the best intros on the planet, and then they give me this garbage.
Yeah, I couldn't even like hum War to you right now.
Same. Rumbling, I can hum almost all of them. You know, da 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 da, and then Sasageyo.
Oh my god,
Shinzo Sasageyo.
that's my favorite opening.
Yeah, that one's good. I do kind of forget 3s though. I know it's good. And then 4 is that really like slow, heartfelt, like where they're on the sea, like looking out into the ocean. Oh, it's so good. And then
War.
And then War.
It wasn't even a cool like the visuals were all right, but they weren't even that cool. It's like
for me. And then on top of that season, I know we said we were going to talk about One Piece, but we're off on this. So
we're talking about Wit as well.
Yeah.
Wit is a huge part of this conversation.
So for me, with I was super confused when I started the final season,
right?
When it first started airing.
Well, everybody was,
because the last thing you see in season 4 is them looking out on a beach and saying, "We're gonna do it."
Yeah.
And then the next thing you see is a bunch of characters just on a different place with a ton of different people. And I thought I couldn't tell if it was a prequel or if it was. I couldn't tell.
But it was on
what
purpose.
was going. I know, but
I think it was really smart.
It just infuriated me, Cody.
I agree because season 3 is, like I said, god tier. The way it ends is amazing.
And season 4 is so good too.
Season 4 is amazing, but the beginning of it, season 4 is final season.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Yeah, maybe you mean season 3.
Mate,
yeah, but beginning of season.
I forgot
4.
season 3 had like 2 parts.
Yes, it did.
Parts.
Yes, that's probably what you're thinking about. Okay. But the end of season 3, yeah, going into final season, like I love final season. Honestly, I haven't finished it yet. Still though, I haven't watched the end yet. But I think it was cool the way they did it. Like really subvert expectations, but it was weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you finish Attack on Titan?
No, that's what I just said. I haven't finished it yet.
You haven't finished it yet.
No.
Sorry, I looked down and got distracted for 2 seconds. I apologize.
It came out while I was in Japan, so
it's really good.
I'm gonna rewatch the whole thing.
I had to watch a video explaining a little bit of it.
Yeah,
because it's a little like. Do you know anything about it, about what happens, or do you have any idea about what might happen?
Yeah, I have an idea because of Instagram, but I don't want to talk about it.
Okay,
I want to stay as
fine.
far away from it as I can.
That's fine. I was gonna say, okay, if you have any idea, you're going for some.
I've got. Yeah, I don't even want to say what I know because I don't want to see your expression and like give me hints.
Here, I'll just do this.
No. We should go back to One Piece.
So yes. So what about Wit? What is Wit doing?
Okay, so Wit in collaboration with Toei, which I found out, which I'm happy about
That's good, yeah.
because that means music. We can get the music
Oh my
probably.
God, I didn't think about that.
In collaboration with Toei and with Oda, of course, all together, have announced the One Piece. What is the One Piece?
That's the name of it?
The name is the One Piece.
So, from what I've gathered about it, is that they're literally doing the Full Metal Alchemist route, per se, you could say. Brotherhood is they're reanimating basically probably the whole show, but they're probably going to condense a lot of things.
Sure.
Real quick, I'm wondering, you've seen the movie where they do Chopper's arc, but in a movie.
Yes, movie 9.
Why is Robin in that movie?
That movie's supposed to be a what if.
Oh.
It's supposed to be what if Chopper joined after Enies Lobby.
Okay.
Like, they didn't meet Chopper till after that. That's why Luffy also uses Gear Second in that movie.
Ah.
Which I love him using in that movie. I think that's one of the coolest Gear Seconds we ever get.
Okay.
Gear Second now is almost a joke. It kind of makes me sad. Like how Super Saiyan, like base Super Saiyan became a joke eventually. Makes me kind of sad.
Oh, it is pretty... God dang, Gear 5.
Gear 5 is sick.
It's so good.
But there's something about the aesthetic on Gear Second that I just love. The red mist, it's cool.
To me, I think my absolute favorite is Snake Man.
Snake Man is so sick and it's so underplayed, like underused.
Like, because everybody really likes Bounce Man. I'm like, Bounce Man's cool, but Snake Man.
Do people like Bounce Man?
I think so.
Does
That's
Oda just like to use Bounce Man?
I mean, that's what all the merch is. It's all Bounce Man.
Because that was the first Gear Fourth, I feel like. That's
guess.
why. And so... and Snake Man's only been used twice now in the whole show.
So, like, yeah, definitely Oda, I think, likes Gear 4th a lot more.
You mean Bounce Man?
That's what, yeah.
Yeah, Bounce Man. Yeah, I don't know. But Gear 5th is sick, and I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see it get some other fights with it in Egghead. Especially the fight. I don't want to spoil against, our old rival, Luffy's old rival.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited.
Has that happened in the manga yet? Do you know?
Yeah.
Oh.
You should have read that. Have you forgotten?
I mean, I guess. I took a long time.
Some of this stuff I know we talked about on here, so.
It's been a minute.
Okay, but we're not talking about that. What we're talking about is One Piece, yes, is getting remade called The One Piece. What's been announced, there's a lot of misinformation going around about it, so I want to clear one thing up. The original tweet about it says One Piece, the manga, is being remade as a new anime by Studio Wit in collaboration with Toei, starring with East Blue. That's what the original thing says, starring with East Blue. Then everyone translated it and shared it and just say East Blue's getting reanimated. That is not what the original announcement said. So there's a lot of people trying to say, oh, they're just doing East Blue. It's just like a fun thing. They're just going to do East Blue. Now. It's like, yeah, they're starting with East Blue, but if it does well, and basing off the first tweet, they already plan to do the whole thing.
And I think it's smart because there are a ton of people who don't want to read. They do not want to read the manga. Shame on you.
Unfortunate, because it's so good.
It's shame on you. But
Nate,
I get it. You'd rather see stuff move. I get it. And color. I get it. But
yeah.
To me, have you gone back and tried to watch? I know you have, but have for the sake of the podcast, have you tried to go back and watch the early episodes?
That's one of the best frames in Berserk. I love that frame.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but
I don't know if I've made
you have not, so don't look too close. But yeah, that's one. Sorry.
But what was I saying?
Have I gone back and tried to watch
the first 50 episodes of One Piece?
I have.
It's not good.
I don't agree.
I mean, the animation.
I don't agree.
Oh, really? Maybe I'm thinking of the early episodes.
I thought the same thing you're saying. And when we were in Japan, Drew and TJ decided to wanted to start watching One Piece. So we started at the beginning. And I'm so impressed by it. Like, maybe it's nostalgia, but the hand-drawn animation in the beginning is actually really nice.
But why are Crocodile's hands twice the size of his body?
Okay, there's art inconsistencies. There might be inconsistencies in the art, but it's not as bad as like.
I meant dragon.
Oh yeah, it's not as bad as you think. Like I think if you went back and watched it, you'd be surprised.
Maybe I did. I guess watch show Ariel the first episode, and we both kind of were getting into it.
But I do agree with what you're saying though, that like it doesn't hold up to today's standard.
Like my sister Jada said. She said I've tried to watch One Piece like 4 times, and I'm like, I get it.
Yeah, I get it.
I completely get it.
It's rough.
The beginning is rough, especially it's got that he hadn't quite figured out. I don't think the anime truly gets really great until after they get Sanji.
Oh yeah, I agree. Well, for
The anime.
me, the part that like got me into the anime was Baratie, so Sanji's arc,
Mm-hmm.
and then going from that straight into Arlong Park, straight into Log Town. All that stuff is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I would argue it doesn't get great until Enies Lobby.
Well, I say great. It gets. I think once you in the anime, once you get to Sanji's part in the anime, that's when it's like, okay, it's not as like the pace picks up.
Yeah,
that's its biggest problem is its pacing.
Watching it with Drew and TJ as well, everything before Baratie, you could tell they're kind of like, But once we got into Baratie and stuff started happening.
You made it that far with them?
Yeah, we made it through Logtown.
Wow.
We were watching
that's like over 100
Laboon.
episodes. That's 100 episodes.
No, Laboon's like episode 60.
Oh, really?
Logtown's like...
I'm thinking chapters.
Yeah, maybe chapters. Because back then they used to do like 2 chapters in one episode, amazingly. But yeah, that's when like they started to really seem interested.
What a world.
But this is exciting because, okay, we've got one of the best animation studios, I would argue, in the world. They're going to work with Toei, meaning that they will have access to...
One of the animation studios in the world.
The animation studio. Yeah. But they'll have access to, hopefully... I'm hoping that in collaboration with Toei just means music. They get the music.
Music and maybe...
voice actors.
And colors.
Colors?
Like, I don't know. I feel like Toei has a specific way of coloring things.
I'm kind of would love to see them color it different, though. I want to see a different take. No, it doesn't need to be bright. One Piece has to be bright.
It has to be the original cast.
It doesn't.
No!
I disagree with you.
You can't tell me... You tell me you think someone else could do Luffy.
Yeah. I'm saying that we would be taken aback at first, but we've already seen 2 other people play Luffy. We've seen live action Luffy, which I didn't love. But we've also seen, I don't know if you've ever seen it, the very first movie of One Piece ever came out before Toei's anime did. It was made by Production IG, and it's a different voice actor playing all of them. And it worked. Was it what I'm used to? No. But if you give that voice actor time...
I'm telling you right now, if I get in there and I hear somebody playing Luffy and they half-ass his screaming... I don't think
that's going to happen.
No. See, that's what gets me. Because that's what his English voice actor does. That's
English.
But that's what I'm getting at. People don't understand like the character. She understands the character. I'm not saying nobody should or could ever do it. I'm just saying nobody can do it like her.
I don't think there's a lot of people in the world, man. She could train them as well. And One Piece is so much bigger in Japan. I feel like whoever's filling that role knows that pressure. They know what they need to do. I feel like the director as well won't let it come out if it's not meeting. But the reason that I say
that it's Netflix doing this, Cody.
Oh, I forgot it's in collaboration with Netflix as well, which is the worst part. I don't like that because that probably means it'll be released in batches, which I don't like.
They'll probably do like 5-episode batches every couple months.
Yeah, I don't like that part. I don't like. But the reason I say that they should replace the voice actors, and I think they should, is because they're old. This is a long show. Even if they're cutting things out, I guarantee it's going to be like 7 or 8 years.
My problem is, to me, you can sit here and you can say, oh yeah, they would absolutely replace them with people that sound right. But the thing is, you don't know that.
I don't know, but what would you rather have? Would you rather have them get these new voice actors, have time to train, like they can work with the original voice actors, try to get as close as they can or come up with something good, have a lot of time in this role to fill it? Or would you rather a lot of these voice actors who are now in their 70s, some of them are reaching 80s, I think Frankie's and Brooks are like near their 80s.
Oh wow.
And Dragon's already died. Oh no, Dragon's is in his 80s. He's like late 80s. Would you rather they go over into this new show that then could maybe last like 10 years and halfway through suddenly we have to find a quick replacement because they can't do it anymore? Like Frankie's voice actor too. I don't know if you've heard him in like listen to it in recent years. He's losing it. Like he can't do it as well.
I guess I did hear him go. He can't go super. He kind of has to half-ass it. Like,
yeah,
super.
Like I would love for it to be the same voice actors, but we just gotta be real. Like this is the chance. Part of what One Piece's story is like passing this torch to the new generation.
That's fair.
Like let's do it. This is the only chance.
I do think that you seem a little too eager to just throw the old ones away.
Well, I don't want to get rid of. I would love for them to be in there somewhere, but for the main cast, I would like to see them replaced. Because as well, I think with Toei's version, let's say Luffy's voice actor died. That would be terrible. Tanaka, what's her name? Something Tanaka.
I can't think.
Anyway, if she died, there's no current replacement for Luffy. What would Toei do? But if we have Wit's version and we've had someone who's been doing it for a few years and we've had time to see if people like that person, then maybe they could fill the role in Toei's.
I guess I'm not saying it shouldn't be done and can't be done. What I'm saying is that I don't trust them. I don't trust that they'll get somebody that won't sound the same or won't sound good. I legitimately, especially with Netflix being involved, I 1,000,000,000% do not trust the voice acting. Everything else, animation, I'm sure it'll be good. Stories, just One Piece, that's going to be good. But when it comes to the music, if Toei's involved, surely the music will be there.
I'm hoping they'll throw out Toei's sound effects, though.
Oh, yeah.
Let's stop using Dragon Ball sound effects from
the 80s. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, but most of the music you got to imagine will still be there. But I just want, if they're really going to replace the whole cast, I just 1,000,000,000% do not trust that they're going to actually give a crap about what they sound like.
I think the reason I don't agree is because I think Attack on Titan's cast is perfect.
That's not Netflix.
But it's Wit. What is Netflix's actual involvement here? Just funding? We don't know. Surely Netflix isn't the ones picking the voice actors.
Yeah, but they've got to have this. Because of the studio and how they treat things. Even though the One Piece show was good, I'm still very untrusting of, like, if the new Avatar show comes out and it's really good. Then I'll say, okay, I trust you guys now. I'll do that. But for now, I just don't trust that people involved with this are going to care what they're just going to be. Just get somebody that sounds like that can scream like Luffy.
But it's Wit. Like
that doesn't mean anything to me.
To me, it doesn't. Netflix doesn't mean anything because it's an anime. I feel like Netflix has a bigger hand in like American productions, like when they're produced, like really making it.
When it comes to the voice acting, I say that doesn't mean anything to me because I just don't trust that they actually will care about the voice. I'm hopefully going to be wrong. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't trust it. I don't trust that they're going to care enough to make it sound good.
But do you trust Oda? Because Oda forced them as well to pick the cast.
I trust Oda.
Oda knows the cast is so important, and he is also directly involved in this.
But he's directly involved, but like, who knows if if it's just, oh yeah, Oda, we'll do that, we'll put that, we'll take that into consideration. Go over there with your coloring book. And that's what I'm like.
But that didn't happen during the Netflix show. Why would it happen now?
Because it's, I don't know. I don't.
You've been burned.
I've been burned by too many times. And again, I completely do actually agree with what you're saying about them getting old. But I just don't like just get rid of them. Nah, we're done with those.
Well, I'm not saying
I'm done
it
with
like
these.
that.
I'm done with this Nami figure.
Well,
I'm done with that.
Trico?
Now it's Trico. Trico's what we love now.
No, it's not like that because it's not. I feel like the way you're saying it is wrong because the original voice actors are still in Toei's version. Toei's version's not going away. It's just going to run alongside it. It's not like we're saying, let's kick them out. They're not doing these characters anymore.
Well, I know, but what I'm saying is if I'm going to watch the new one, and I am, because I'd love to see it,
right?
I want it to sound good. I don't want to sit there and hear someone come up and be like, and when Luffy starts screaming, go, ah.
I don't know why you think that's going to happen. When does that When do voice actors do that in Japan? Like, I hear that in dubs, but I don't hear that kind of stuff in sub anime often. That's why people like it.
And that's just my fear.
Right.
I'm afraid it's going to happen.
I understand the fear.
I'm afraid they're just going to, we got to rush it out, pick the first voice actor you get.
It doesn't seem like they're rushing it out, though. Like, they've already said this is years away.
Okay.
Like, it's going to be a lot of... I guess we won't talk about this again until we get a trailer. We need a trailer. For sure. A real trailer. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, with... No, that's a bad example. I was going to say with Full Metal, it worked, but they used the same voice actors because it hadn't been that long. They weren't that old. But,
yeah, because they... I mean, well, they did have to, in the English, they have to, because the person who played Al in the original dub was an actual kid.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's funny. His name's Maxie Whitehead did the Brotherhood version. I personally prefer Maxie Whitehead and Brotherhood. But, that being said, the guy who played Al in the original dub is still voice acting. He's the English version of Senku in Dr. Stone.
Oh, never seen it. But that's cool, though.
You would love it. That's right up your alley.
I've heard Dr. Stone is awesome.
So good.
So is there anything else that, other than the voice actors, any other feelings
That's really
you
the
have
only
on
thing.
this?
Everything else I think is going to be great. I think the
Really?
animation will be really good. And hopefully, I know Wit doesn't really rely on CGI very much, so...
Or when they do it right.
Yeah, it's not like
Typically,
Mappa, where they're just
yeah.
like, here's a giant... Mappa's doing Kaiju number 8.
But CGI has gotten, honestly, because of AI and stuff, CGI's kind of gotten better since...
Well, there's another thing. Now we've got AI making anime.
That's something I actually saw online. There's a whole argument that people are having to have AI voice act.
Oh, yeah, that's a big... That's AI acting in general.
Well, I mean, to voice act the One Piece cast.
Oh, God, no, please.
And I'm like, please no. Please no. God. No. I don't think Japan will ever let that happen.
No.
Japan seems like, of any country that's going to regulate this stuff, Japan's not going to let that happen.
No, I mean, because they've already been working on it forever.
Yeah. What about pacing? I mean, I know pacing's a big thing we want to see better, but do you think they'll overdo it? Or?
I think you could probably... I would say just follow the live
manga?
action route.
Ooh.
And go 10 to 15 episodes.
For what? 10 to 15 episodes for how long?
For like East Blue.
For all of East Blue?
Because
hard to say, right?
I mean, I wouldn't do 8. Well, okay. Oh wait,
No,
I'm
no,
thinking.
no.
Hang on. They're not going to be an hour long. Okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I would say you could probably do East Blue in about 20 to 25 episodes.
It's so hard to imagine what One Piece anime is like with good pacing, right?
But that's what I would say. Like, because you can really pump out. You don't need to, you can ignore the dog. Unfortunately,
no. I want all the stuff from the manga. It's supposed to be an adaptation of the manga.
Oh, I guess you're right. You're right.
Yeah. So anything in the manga should be in there, but pace it better because Toei's just bad at pacing.
See, my thing is, I can't imagine they're wanting this to be like thousands of episodes.
Well, okay. My question then is, if we're at about almost 1,100 right now with Toei's version, if we cut out the filler, because obviously we don't need any filler, and we fix the pacing issues, how many episodes do you think to get to Egghead it would take a studio who doesn't have to put filler and bad pacing? How long should it take?
I would say probably at the very minimum 250.
Ooh, that's fast, man.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like a minimum.
I was gonna say like 500. We cut it in half.
I don't know.
That's fast, bro.
I just don't. I'm saying like you could hit it all. It'd be fast, but you could do it.
Cutting stuff out though.
I don't think they're gonna. I don't see them sweating, or I don't see them focusing on like a ton of little details on this. It's an adaptation of the manga, so most of the story beats will probably be there, but I don't see them like focusing too heavy on like. To me, it's probably gonna be hitting the beats, get people caught up. That's this show's purpose. It's because again, they don't want to see everyone stays away from One Piece because it's 1,000 episodes.
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't want to, and they're all other than filler important.
Right.
So, and that daunts people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the goal of this, is they want to make this not daunting.
Mm-hmm.
So if it comes down to, like people will watch Naruto because it's got what, 500 episodes?
I don't know how many when you put it all together. You mean excluding filler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 500, 600 episodes. That's doable. You can do that. That's like 2 episodes a day.
For a year.
Yeah. I mean, that's doable if you do it that way. Is what I'm getting at. One Piece, if you do 2 episodes a day, it's going to take you a year and a half.
Few years.
Yeah, maybe 2 to get that. And
over 2, yeah.
And again, to me, just read the manga. You'll get way out faster.
Or watch One Piece.
Yeah, One Piece.
I think 250 is too fast. I really think 400 to 500.
I just don't see them.
Let's think about all the arcs. We got.
I know. I just don't see it being able to go that long on Netflix. Netflix gets bored with things so easy, dude.
That's what I hate about it being with Netflix. That's the one reason that am pessimistic.
And especially because Netflix has admitted in the past couple of years that they're downgrading their animation department. I mean, yes, Wit is doing this, but like they're not pushing heavy. I mean, again, it's One Piece, so maybe they will.
My only hope is that they're just producing. That's it. They're just sending money. They're just funding.
Yeah, but
send money to Wit and let them do it.
I guess maybe that's just how it's going to air in America, because they did that with several anime. Most anime, I think they did
JoJo. Didn't they do a season of JoJo? I can't remember.
Maybe they did, but I think the way it works is those anime don't play on Netflix in Japan.
Really?
I don't think they air on Netflix in Japan. I could be wrong.
Maybe they're there eventually, but original release.
Like, because I know,
I don't know.
I could be wrong, but I don't think the Godzilla Singular Point anime, I don't think it started on Netflix in Japan. I know Seven Deadly Sins didn't.
I guess we gotta wait and see.
So yeah, see, Netflix being involved with this is always going to make me.
I agree. I mean, I don't disagree for sure.
Yes, again, they did really good on the One Piece show, like better than they should have been able to do.
Good enough that they're like, hey, Wit, want to give us the anime?
Mm-hmm, exactly, and I do like that they're recognizing at least Wit.
I know, right?
That they're not like, oh, hey, what's the popular studio? Mappa.
To me, it's just like a dream, man. Like how many times have we even said on this podcast, if only One Piece was animated by some other studio?
Oh, I agree.
Like this is the possibility here.
I think everything about it's going to be great. I'm just a little worried about the voice acting is all.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. Like, as much as I said, it's just that I think this is the chance to do it.
Mm-hmm.
They should, because of their ages, and maybe anyone who's still young enough, keep them.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they should have a cutoff of like, if you're over 60, you're out. I'm not saying 60's old. I don't think 60's old anymore, but people's ages do start to get affected as they age, and you never know what's gonna happen. Yeah, I would have like a cutoff.
You can hear Luffy's voice actress. She almost sounds like an actual dude now.
Yeah.
Like when she talks, it's like deep.
Yeah. I'm worried about it too, though. Like, I think it's the chance, but I am worried. Like, I don't know that they'll get it right, but I'm hopeful.
I'm hoping they get it right, just because, especially with Luffy, there's just so many little things that she adds that I feel like comes naturally from her.
Yeah.
And I feel like anybody else is just going to be doing an impression. I think that's what worries me. It's not that it's going to be new voice actors. It's going to be voice actors doing an impression. I
just hope not, because that's the one thing I did like about Inaki. Is that his name? In the One Piece live action? Oh, yeah. Even though I didn't love his... I didn't like his acting. I thought he was a bad actor. But I thought I like that he didn't just try to copy her. He even said in interviews he wanted to look at what she did and make his own Luffy. And I just hope whoever fills the role will do the same.
I hope so too, but I mean, again, there's just so many character tropes, like his laugh.
Well, the laughs are important, yeah.
His laugh, the way he laughs, and the screaming. Talking is one thing, but it's the screaming and his laugh. Yeah, I mean, I agree. They have to get right. I think I'm taking a more optimistic view because I feel like there's really talented people, and like if they
you're taking the view of like they won't look hard enough to get the right person. Like they'll just need to like get somebody in there. They won't care.
I fully believe that's what they're gonna do.
But
until
I
I'm
believe
proven wrong.
I believe if they do take the time, there's such talented people out there, they can find the person.
Oh, I believe that. I just don't think they're gonna take the time to look.
We'll see.
I mean, like with Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty just got 2 new voice actors, and they're great. Because I don't know if you know the drama of Rick and Morty, but
yeah, I do.
But they are really, really, really good. Like, but they looked for a long time.
I just don't know why you don't think they'd look. Is it just because of Netflix? Because I mean, Netflix knows as well that One Piece is the biggest anime in the world. Do you really think they wouldn't want to take the time to do it right?
I just don't think that detail matters to them.
Well, I think it matters as far as money. They could look at it and be like, this is so popular. This could be like a golden goose if we do this right.
Yeah, but the people are out of touch. These executives upstairs, they're out of touch, and all they do,
especially with Netflix.
Yeah, so they're like, okay, Netflix, One Piece is popular. Well, they won't look at why it's popular. It's popular for many reasons, and one of the big reasons would be including the voice acting, and they don't care about the voice. Oh yeah, the performance is good. Just get somebody that sounds like that. Again, I don't know if it's Netflix in charge of that. It's likely Wit, but I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not going to take this pessimistic.
I'm not trying to be pessimistic, as I am mostly hopeful about the whole thing.
Right.
I don't think that they're going to care about the voice actors.
Hey, on a good note, though, it does mean we get new openings.
Yes.
We're going to have double the openings on One Piece now.
That is pretty good. So we get a new, hopefully we get a new version of We Are.
I do hope the first opening's We Are, but I hope after the first one, it's totally new. I want totally new openings after that. Just because we've already got the other ones. We don't need them all remade.
No.
Just give us something totally fresh.
We don't need a new Bon Voyage.
We don't need any, even my favorite openings. The new opening, by the way, amazing. I don't want them to make that. Make something else cool and unique. I mean, Wit does awesome openings.
That's another thing Netflix, though, has a problem with doing, is they're really weird about with their intros.
I just hope that look, we've got Netflix, and then we've got Wit, Toei, and Oda. So we got 3 versus 1. I'm hoping that these 3 can just get Netflix to do it right. That's my prayer.
That's what I don't understand. Netflix, they're often gifted these properties. Like a golden goose. And they're like, here, just do something with it. And Netflix says, fold it in half. Like here's a fresh, brand new holographic Charizard.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
Netflix, do something with it. And they take it and they go, wow. And then they keep the bottom half of the card.
Yeah. We got to wait and see if what their involvement really is. I'm hoping it's minimal. I'm hoping it's just that's the release platform. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Okay, we are getting low on time. What Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah. So I am in the middle of replaying through the series. Finally, I haven't played since 2015, and I haven't played again. The only games I've beaten are the main 3, 1, 2, and 3. I've never beaten any of the others. So... I mean, technically, I watched the cutscenes for 358/2 and recoded, but does that count?
Birth by Sleep?
No. See, my problem with Birth by Sleep is I'm gonna have to end up playing that on easy mode.
It's harder, yeah.
It's so hard, and I can't get like you die in one hit on the first level, and I'm like, I'm done. But I think my other problem is I always try to start as Aqua. I
always started as Aqua.
And I think from what I've heard from people, it's better to start as Terra or Ven.
I think you should end as Aqua.
Yeah, because I think Aqua's enemies are actually are harder.
Well, I always started as Aqua because she's my favorite out of the 3.
She's really cool.
Yeah, you should end with her. I think.
Story-wise. I'll probably start with Ven or Terra next time.
Yeah, I'd start with Ven.
But anyway, I played Kingdom Hearts 1. And I don't know, I had Kingdom Hearts 2 is my all-time favorite game. I'm in the middle of that one right now.
Of all games.
It's my absolute favorite game of all time. That might change, but so far nothing's made me feel the way Kingdom Hearts 2 has made me feel. Especially the first time I beat it. Long history on that. But so I did myself proud on this. I played on normal mode. But
not proud mode?
Yeah, No, I played on normal mode, not easy, because I'm like, you know what? I played Kingdom Hearts enough times. I got this.
Kingdom Hearts is not that hard.
No.
Easy would be way too easy.
Yeah, so I was like, I'll do normal. I don't know. It was the first time I played Kingdom Hearts, and past Cody would be really proud of present me.
Okay.
I just grinded. By the end of the...
I told him so many times when we were in high school, grind. And he's like, I don't want to.
I don't want to do that. It takes so long. But I mean, I just kept because I was like, I think I was slightly overpowered by the end. I think I was always slightly overpowered because I, in the very beginning, well, what happened was a couple of years ago, I started playing it and or a year or two ago, and I got like 10 or 20 hours in or something like that. And I got 10 hours in and I was like level 20 at 10 hours in, which is pretty good. And then I stopped playing, and I stopped playing in Alice in Wonderland's level.
Oh, gosh.
And then I tried to go back. And Cody, I tried even recently. I was like, ooh,
yeah, that's great.
I tried so hard to figure out where I needed to go. I finally did figure out what I had to do, but I caved and I just restarted.
It just suffers from old RPG crap of like, it doesn't tell you what to do. Well, that's one of the things I love about Dragon Quest XI. If you leave for a while, when you come back, the very first thing it does, it gives you this little synopsis of everything that's happened so far and what you're supposed to be doing.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like, oh, thanks, great.
I gave myself a little bit of emotion because there was one fight. It's when you fight the Chernobog, the big demon-looking dude with bat wings. It's when you fight him. The first time I ever fought that guy, I thought I was going to destroy my house.
That bad.
I could not beat him. He just kept, and I finally did it. So then and I remember the last time I played, like in 2015, I had a hard time too. But I was grinding then, just not as hard. Then I would grind, but then I'd move on. Now I grind. Just anytime enemies pop up, unless I'm like, no, I'm just trying to save, I grind. I kill them all.
Yeah.
That just...
I think the perfect mix is like when the enemies pop up, you kill them, don't run past them, and you should be perfectly leveled. My problem is Kingdom Hearts 1 is not that. You need to grind. You need to go back and spend an hour or two like in going around Traverse Town. Killing everybody.
I had to do like, you know how many laps I had to do around Traverse Town?
Oh, I've done hundreds.
The best place though is you go in that little like clock, little pink and yellow room.
So many enemies, dude.
Oh, dude, I'd just go and be like, all right, well, let's see. And I'd do the math because most of them were worth around 100. And I'd be like, okay, so I have 2,500 points before I level up. So that means I have to go in here and kill about 250 enemies.
I'm exactly the same, man. I did do that circle, and then in that room, that's where you know.
And and you could level up so fast doing that because just doing laps around Traverse Town so fast. And that's what I did, and that's how I got up to. I think by the end of the game, I was level 67.
Nice.
Which I don't think I've ever gotten that high up before.
I think I'm always in the 60s at the end. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you were doing. I just think grinding's fun. Because I put something on. I don't just grind. I'm listening to a podcast or watching a YouTube video.
Oh, I just grind.
I mean, when I was a kid, I did. But
I'm
nowadays,
fully immersed in the game still. I can't have other things on while I'm playing a game.
I can for grinding.
I can't. I've tried. I can't.
I turn it off once I'm not grinding and I'm playing the game. But
when I came to that moment, I was ready. I was like, all right, I might die a couple times. I'm pretty strong though. I got this. He might kill me. First try, Cody.
Nice.
First try. It wasn't even hard. I was like, I sat back and I was just like, how far have I come?
I have mastered the game. I am Sora.
Yeah. No, I did. I did feel like, oh man, I've come really far as a gamer, and I felt a little bit of pride in myself as a gamer.
Good job. Congratulations.
And I think it took me 2 tries to beat Ansem.
That's not bad. Nice.
2, maybe 3.
For the whole thing or just final version?
I think I died when he was his when he's got that little shadow stand guy behind him. Yep. I died once doing that, but that's just because I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
And then I think I died one time at the very beginning when you first start fighting him.
Oh, okay.
The easiest part, but I think, again, I just wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
And he hit me with like a good move, and I just, oh!
I think it's not the final part where you're flying around him isn't that bad. It's just the pressure starts to mount. Because it's like, if I lose this right now, I got to do a bunch of crap again. This sucks.
I was telling Ariel, my wife, about explaining how the final boss fights in Kingdom Hearts go, and I'm like, they'll be like, okay, here's the final boss, fight him. And you're like, cool. And they're like, all right, I'll fight him again. You're like, all right, cool. And they're like, all right, now there's multiple of him, fight him. And you're like, all right, cool. Now he's got a buddy, fight him. And you're like, all right, cool. Now he's a spaceship.
Yep. I mean, Final Fantasy as well.
But he literally is the spaceship.
Yeah, he is.
He is the spaceship.
So weird. It's so weird.
And he like cocoons himself inside of it, and you're like, I'm like, oh, this is ridiculous.
Kingdom
And they
Hearts
do it
is
in
so
Kingdom
weird.
Hearts 2 also.
Yeah, it's so
like he
weird.
becomes a spaceship, and you gotta fight the spaceship.
Yeah, but the final part in Kingdom Hearts
You gotta
2
go fight those
is-
penises.
Yep, I always remember that. You haven't played Dream Drop Distance. I just realized
Played
that.
a little bit of it.
That's my favorite. That's not a main line.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good.
I love Dream Drop Distance, especially on now that it's not on the DS. I played it on the
That's where I
DS,
started
but-
playing it.
Oh man, like them reworking the controls to be like all the other ones and putting it on PlayStation and PC. It's like, oh, this is awesome.
I wonder
it could
why-
almost be a numbered version.
It makes me wonder why they didn't do that with the other DS games.
Too much work, probably. I don't know. Because Dream Drop Distance is the most important one. It
Fair
really adds into the story. Where Days is more just like, it's a very sad game, and it's more like it's giving you explanations on things that you don't have to have.
That's true.
Other than Xion, because they just needed to make her a real person. That's one of the things I don't like about Kingdom Hearts is, why does everybody have to... Like, Xion's got to be there at the end. Like, everybody's got to live and get there.
But Cody, I cried.
No, me too.
Okay.
It gets me. But sometimes, and I know it's like Disney-ish as well, but sometimes I just wish it could be a little more Final Fantasy where they're like, we killed this character and they're dead. Like, it feels kind of like Dragon Ball to me now, where it's like, oh, they died, but they'll be back. I'm not worried. Like, I feel like the stakes are off.
That's fair.
But I'd love in Kingdom Hearts 4 if they just come and like freaking kill Kairi the first second. I love Kairi. Maybe not Kairi, but kill somebody.
Kill Mickey.
Oh, no. Kill Minnie.
No!
Minnie's just dead. She ain't
Daisy.
coming back. Oh, no. It's got to be someone we care about. They finally really killed Goofy.
No!
Because they killed Goofy in Kingdom Hearts 2, and then they brought him back.
That's true.
You think he's dead? and
No,
it's
we
like,
killed Jiminy.
Oh, nobody would care.
Jiminy is with us. He's there with you the whole
But you
time.
don't even think about it.
Yeah, you do, and because he's literally with you the whole time.
But you'd forget.
That's
I mean, when I pause the game and look at his journal that I never look at.
Yeah, it always says new.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, always. I'm like, well, you've been doing great, Jiminy, but
Thanks, Jim.
I'm not looking at this. Yeah. Anyway, anything else about Kingdom Hearts?
I'm just really happy with it. I think it's a great series.
I
do
agree.
think Kingdom Hearts 4 is. I don't think we're gonna have any Disney in Kingdom Hearts 4,
That's
other than Donald and Goofy.
That's a topic for another episode.
But,
Kingdom
yeah.
Hearts 4 expectations, but yeah, let's see. I'm hoping that it's going to be more aligned toward Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy, or at least have Final Fantasy characters in it again.
That was what I hated about Kingdom Hearts 3. Oh yeah, I was going to recommend when you get to Kingdom Hearts 3. Have you started it yet?
No, I'm on 2 certain.
Oh, you're still on 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got
I'm in the
it.
middle of
Got it. When you get to 3, maybe just try Proud Mode.
I've heard it's a lot closer to
Yeah.
a normal experience.
Kingdom Hearts 3 is way too
It's
easy.
super easy. And I liked that the first time I played it because to me, I'm like, that makes sense. That he's been doing this for years now. It makes sense that he would be really strong and formidable. So I like that. And I'm not one that I'm like, I need to be challenged during a game. Like, I'm not that kind of person. Like, I need to have a challenge. If the game's fun to me, it's fun.
Mm.
But
But it was too easy.
yeah, it was too easy, but I enjoyed it. But I would like to go and maybe have a bit more of a traditional.
I would try it. Last time I played it, I tried on critical mode, I think is what it's called, and gave that up immediately, and then did proud mode. And proud mode is where I played the whole game. It's the only one I've beat in proud mode because I also don't care about this challenge. But it felt right playing it on proud mode. I'm like, this just feels like the other games, where normal mode just felt easy.
Yeah, it does. But to me, normal mode, I can see why they would do that. Because again, I think story-wise, it makes sense that Sora wouldn't be weak at this point in his story.
But it's a game.
I know, but you gotta kind of think about it from a character point of view.
But it let me down a little because the other Kingdom Hearts are at least. I do like the challenge, at least on bosses.
Well,
I
see,
felt
with
like the bosses were easy.
See, with the first game, it makes sense. He's starting. Second game, it makes sense. He was asleep for a year. Third game, he's not. He's been training the entire time. It makes sense that he'd be, like, kind of a badass.
You know, I also don't like 3's story. The more I think about
It's
it,
okay.
because it's so like to me, it's so disappointing. Yeah, you take out the Final Fantasy characters, okay, but then most of that game is him just going around to different places for training. Most of that game is just him training for the end. It's like, this isn't a story. We're just training for this game. And then the end happens, and the end is awesome.
The end is...
Everything in the end is what I thought the whole game would be. Like, stretch that out for the whole game.
Ice cream together, Cody.
Yeah, the end is amazing. God. But 80% of that game is like, it's fun, so I forgive it. It's fun to play. It's fun to explore. But the story is like...
It felt like they put all of the effort into the gameplay of this one.
Which is fine, because the gameplay is great. I mean, I love the story of Kingdom Hearts, but I understand that most people make fun of it, so maybe they're just like, screw it, whatever, we'll just make this one super fun.
That is kind of, because they have, there's a line where Sora runs in, and the person's like, hello, Sora, and he's like, all right, what, this is a part where you spout some mumbo-jumbo, and then you disappear, right?
Yeah.
It's like, they know.
Yeah, they're aware. Nomura's aware, but... All right, well, is that it with
I think that's it.
Kingdom Hearts?
What's your recommendation?
Good question. I hadn't considered it. My recommendation for this week, guys, is that... Oh my god, we didn't talk about the live action Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh, I forgot about that.
It's out. I haven't watched it. I heard it's disappointing. It's out? I heard Yusuke's actor's a little... Bad. But he grows on you? That's what I've been told. I don't know. I need to watch it. Anyway, my recommendation is going to be... Let's see, what do I got? What can I recommend?
The Harry Potter?
Well, we kind of talked about that.
You didn't recommend.
Okay, I'm going to recommend... Erased? No, I'm not recommending Erased.
Although
I love Erased. I love Erased.
I recommend Erased.
I'm going to recommend Alan Wake 2, which I talked about in our last episode, but I didn't really recommend it. If you love horror games, it is top tier. And I also thought you'd like that game. I mentioned because of the Norse mythology and all that, but also because it has a... This is a spoiler for Alan Wake 2, just a little one, but a lot of people know about it. It's a horror game that has a rock opera scene in the middle where you're like... I can't explain it in a way that makes it sound cool, but it's cool. There's like screens everywhere, and there's this like rock opera song playing, and you're going around and like... You know what? I'm not even going to try to explain it anymore. It's sick. It's sick.
I have 3 games for my PlayStation on my list this year. I have Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get Assassin's Creed. It's
Of
favorite
course.
series. I'll put Alan Wake on there.
I might be PS5 only, bro.
Dang.
Eventually.
There was another one, dang it, I just thought of. And I'm like, ooh, I gotta play that this year too. I can't think of it right now, though. I had it in my head, and then I started thinking about...
Ratchet, bro. Put Ratchet on there.
Well, it's on there. When I get my PS5, it'll probably be the first.
Oh, yeah, it's not on PS4. God dang it. Yeah. Well, when you get a PS5, Ratchet. All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it.
That's Cartoon Crush right there. Or Video Game Crush right there.
That's Dakota's video game crush.
One of them.
Not mine. No, she's all right.
Dude, she's way cuter than Peach. What are you
I'm not talking about
about?
Peach. We're talking about Rosalina.
Rosalina's too basic, bro.
Rosalina.
She's too
She's
basic.
from space.
She cool, but she ain't got that Daisy appeal. Daisy's wild.
Rosalina's wild.
Nah, man, Rosalina's too chill. Daisy's wild. She'll come up.
I'm just
You ever
gonna
heard
say
her
it.
in Mario Kart when she loses? She's like, ah!
I'm just gonna say, bro, you just liked side characters. You
I do
prefer
have
side characters.
have a very big affinity for side characters.
Because you know who he said he prefers in Final Fantasy VII? Jessie.
I can't help it.
Jessie's not bad, but we're talking about a game with Tifa and Aerith, two of the biggest baddies in video game history.
I can't help it.
And you're choosing Jessie?
Put her on that list, man.
Oh, God. I mean, she's all right. Her armor's kind of hot. But she's not Tifa and Aerith, bro. Like, what do you mean?
Nah.
Okay, wait. Okay, who's the waifu in One Piece?
Nami.
Oh, so a main character there. Okay. I thought you were gonna say like Perona. I love Perona though.
No, Perona's overrated, bro. If
I
had
love
to pick,
Perona.
for me, if I want to pick a side character as waifu, it's Vivi.
Oh, I agree. Boa's overrated.
Or, but can we consider Yamato a waifu?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I don't know because they're like gender neutral.
I don't consider whatever.
I don't know what the term for gender neutral waifu is.
I mean, Zoro's a waifu, so of course Yamato can be. Like, come on.
Fine. All right, so Yamato, waifu. But yeah, main waifu in One Piece is Nami.
And
Post time skip Nami.
Robin. Let us know. Sound off in the comments. Okay, we're actually going to end this. Thank you guys for watching and stay nerdy.
Yeah. Have a boogie.